Ladies and gentlemen, this is Zach Moonshine with Metal Devastation Radio. Right now on the phone with me, I have the guys from the band Vorzug. What's going on, guys?
Not a lot. How are you guys?
Doing all right, man.
Hello, how are you?
How's it going? Doing great.
So tell everybody what's going on in the world of Vorzug.
Well, we're getting ready to go, and we just released a song called I Am in Hell, and it's available. The best place to go is probably Amazon.com or iTunes. It can be downloaded. We cut the price down to, I think it's 99 cents on Amazon. And go down and download that. We're getting ready to hit the studio next month for a full-length recording, and that should be ready and released hopefully by the end of January 2015. Is the schedule that we're on for that one.
Very cool, man. So how long have you guys been jamming, and how did you get started?
Wow. That's kind of a long story. Dan and I were in a band together, Bloodhaven. And then a few years after that, Dan and Anthony hooked up and had me join the old version of our band. And then we stole Ivan from Cult of Thorn a little bit after that. So I guess that's the short version.
Basically, it's we've been together with Rock and Daniel and myself for since about 2009. We're in a different named band, which we're not allowed to say. We did some work there for a few years, and now basically since June, we've been with Vorzug is our new name and moving forward with that.
As far as the name, the band name, how did you guys come up with that, and what does that mean?
Well, I've always been a fan of German metal, and I'm trying to learn the language, so I just kind of went through some books that I'm going through, and I tried to find a good name, and that one popped out, right in my face. Good word, short word, pretty easy to remember, and it means preference, like preferred. So almost like being cocky and saying number one in a way, but not quite going to that extreme with it. But it looked like a good name, to use for a death metal band.
And that's kind of the other thing, it wasn't really a typical death metal name. So the fact that, it looked like a good name, when you say it, when you see it, it's easy to remember. It kind of looks like a cool metal name, but it doesn't really mean anything, for, normal metal type name there. So yeah, we like preference, we like preferred. Not quite as far as saying elite, but that's basically the meaning is, the best. So, I mean, it's, we know what we're doing, we're confident in what our material is, so we figured that we might as well, put the name out there like that.
And I come from German descent, so that was kind of part of it too on my end. I'm by the way.
I like the name. Actually, I was outvoted on the name. I wanted to call the band Rock Relane's House of MILF and 70s Rock Review, but none of the band members agreed.
Nice.
Oh, so 3-1. Yeah.
So it's actually pronounced Vorzug. Is that right?
Well, it depends on how you want to say it. I mean, I say Vorzug. Other people will pronounce the O with the dots on it as the A. That's technically how it should be said, but, we're not going to go that far with it.
I think I was saying Vorzug or something.
It doesn't really matter. Say it how you want, but, like I said, it's one of those things that if you're going to technical, I believe it would be Vorzug is the pronunciation, I believe, with the dots over the O and the U, but, like I said, we're not going that far with it.
Well, it's pretty fucking badass, man. As far as the album, the artwork that, or this is not an album, it's actually a single.
Yeah,
I'm in Hell.
Just a single right now.
How'd you guys come up with that artwork that's on there? It's pretty cool.
That was actually made for us by Mike McCoy from the Metal Detector Promotions. he said, "Hey, I've got an image. You guys can use it if you want to. I made it for you." Unfortunately, he didn't give it to us quite in time for us to get it out as the actual image that's going out to distribution. But that's the one that we're using for anything that we can for our EPK. So yeah, he did that. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fucking badass. Now, as far as like your musical influences, what would you say influenced you guys to get into metal and do what you do now?
I'm the drummer. My name's Daniel. I don't know, man. I was a big fan of like Dismember, bands like that. I mean, Monstrosity, Van Halen, of course. Always been there for me. King Diamond, Zest, all kinds of bands, man. Angel.
It's that
Yeah.
Angel. Nice. For me personally, I pretty much evolved into it when I moved to Phoenix. One of the first local bands I got in was The Furnace, kind of a hard rock band, and then after that I got into a band called Frenzy, which was more of a thrash band, and then Bloodhaven, and then Cult of Thorn, and then Vorzug. So I kind of evolved into it and didn't really, decide that I wanted to play extreme metal by listening to it. It just kind of happened to me naturally.
And for me, it was always when I first started out. I can't really sing, so I started out as like a drummer. I couldn't really drum either, so then I was the bass player, and I got tired of getting people water, so I decided I could be a death metal vocalist.
Fuck yeah, man. As far as the local scene, you guys are from Phoenix, Arizona. What can you tell people out there that are listening about the local scene there with metal and everything?
It's growing bigger every minute. I mean, there's quite a few clubs that close down, but then again, there's a lot of clubs that are always springing up everywhere. It's a lot of business end of it, office type stuff for the industry landed here too, as well as coming from LA and places like that. And so you got all that here, a lot of the warehousing too for that. The scene itself, there's I don't know, I'd have to say probably thousands of bands, here. Ones that play out, maybe close to 100, maybe 200. The closed scene, the ones that are always playing, there might be maybe 40 bands that you can always find playing on a weekend. Kind of scene we got, but I mean, there's so many bands, playing here, and there's practice places here, hundreds of rooms around the valley that are rented out. They're all full of bands. So I mean, it's pretty big. It's pretty happening. It's just like anywhere else. I think just the promotion, the way the promoters are handling everything. This pay to play bull crap. I think it's all over North America right now. And it's other than that, if you can get around that and start making your way in and thinking a little bit bigger and talking to guys like yourself and things like that, and getting people to help you out, and really trying to make it more business oriented on a personal level with inside your band, instead of just going out there and expecting the world to love everything you do. You're going to be better off. So we got both of those kind of things going on in the music scene as far as bands. But most of the clubs, the doors are open. It's just you just got to find your way in. If you're either going to get the paycheck or you're going to write one out to them. Pretty much how it is out here.
I don't live in Phoenix anymore. I live in Maryland, so I've been pretty much seeing a lot of stuff that's happening in Virginia, D.C., and Maryland. A lot of the same scene stuff. I don't really play metal out here, so I'm not really that active involved in stuff. But I do go to shows, and I've been to the Maryland Death Fest 4 times now. And as for Phoenix has been very, very good to me, and I got a lot of friends there. Played about all the clubs. I got nothing but good to say about Phoenix.
It's a great scene. All the big entertainment comes through here. I mean, we get the tour packages come through here. Testament, Overkill, God Dethroned. Everybody comes through here, man. So I mean, we're not short of actually going out to be able to see the bands that we love and care about. But as far as the local scene,
I gotta say,
as far as the local scene, it's it's pretty happening too. I mean, you can pretty much find any style of music anywhere in the valley. I mean, almost any night of the week anymore. So I mean, it's a happening place, you know.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I lived in Tempe and Phoenix for, I don't know, quite a long time. And yeah, I remember, every week there was always something going on anywhere, you know, just bands left and right.
Yeah, that's the good part about the Phoenix area. There's always been at least 4 or 5 clubs where you could go see, a metal band, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah, that's true. There's not a night that you can't go out and find at least one place anywhere in this valley that's, if you want to see metal on any given night, Monday through, Sunday, I mean, you're going to at least have one club or a bar that's going to have metal. I mean, you're not going to not be able to find a place to go see a live metal act.
Oh yeah. Well, for people out there that want to check you guys out, you guys got any links or a website or anything?
Yeah, you can go to vorzug.net, vorzug.net. That's our official site. It's, just being, it's a placeholder right now. We are having an actual site built. You can find us on Facebook at Vorzug Metal. We're on Twitter, Vorzug Official. And you can go to vorzug.info. That's a direct link to the Amazon store, which I Am in Hell is #1 on there, and death metal has been as of tomorrow officially for 1 month. So we couldn't be happier with the reception we're getting from that song so far. It's definitely gotten out there. People are buying it. We've not heard any bad reviews. Everything's been real positive so far. So yeah, it's vorzug.info, vorzug.net, and then facebook.com/vorzugmetal.
Very cool, man. Yeah, we're linked up with Amazon too, so whenever it's playing here on Metal Devastation Radio, if anybody wants to check it out, all they gotta do is hit the little Amazon button and go straight to it.
We definitely appreciate you guys playing it. I mean, you guys are one of to me anyway, I mean, I've listened to your station now for a while, so you guys are one of the top stations as far as internet radio goes. I go on here, I listen, I participate in the chat room from time to time. It's a fun stop to go on, especially late night, because I'm always up. So, it's cool to be able to go on there and mess with people if they're on there and, be able to hear good stuff.
Thanks a lot, man. We appreciate that shit.
Yeah, I enjoy it, man. I mean, I like the fact you're playing full albums, a lot of the time, and it's, bands nobody's heard of and stuff. I've seen you plug a few awesome bands from this area, even recently, and I mean, it's good stuff you got going here, man. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy it.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, so moving forward, what kind of plans do you guys have for the future?
Right now, next big step obviously is to finish up the full length. We've got dates booked with Sound Vision Studios out here in Arizona. Michael Beck is going to be co-producing it. He's been our longtime producer now since, back in 2009. We will continue to work with him. He's, he's a good partner to have for us. A good guy, good friend. We're going to be finishing up that album. We're also in the very early stages of doing a video for I Am in Hell. We've got his name's Rick Vasquez. He's a horror director. We don't know if he's directing or just going to come in on it with us and sort of co-produce it with us. But we're talking to him right now. He's working on some stuff, and like I said, we're in the planning stages of that. That idea is actually pretty cool. Hopefully it translates onto, film the way we have it, right now on paper in our minds. And 2015, once the release comes out, we're going to start, doing some touring. I don't want to talk too much about that right now because it's all being talked about, but we've got a couple of pretty well-known bands that are actually sought us out and said, we want you guys on tour with us. And, we have a long history from being known in the other band. Again, can't say that name, but for this being technically a whole new project, not really being that known with this name, it's very cool to have people that we look up to and enjoy their music come to us and, say, hey, we want you on this tour with us. So that's going to be really cool once that gets done. But officially, we're going to have some shows, January, February, March on our own to promote the album.
Yeah, and I should say about Vorzug as compared to the other band, where Vorzug is a project that, all four of us have an equal input and own, where the other project was more of Anthony's project, and we were just kind of in with him. So that would be the biggest difference. And I also should say that I see our guitar player isn't with the interview. His name is and
I can't hear you. You started breaking up.
Thorn in that band, and he is also active in a band, Element A440, as well. And player, what a bummer, dude! I hate when that happens. How far did I get?
Yeah, that's Ivan, our guitar player. He's in a band called Element A440, and
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. It was right when you were saying his name.
They won the Project Independent last year, and he's been doing some touring with that as well. But
they're actually in Death Valley tonight for the Wasteland Music Festival, so that's why he couldn't be here tonight with us.
I was wondering where he was. But anyway, I wasn't going to talk about Element A440. I was going to talk about how well he writes for this band and how well it suits us. This band is my dream team because I've got over 10 years playing with Daniel in a couple of bands, and Ivan and I did a number of years together in Cult of Thorns, so the rhythm section works really well together, just right off the bat. It really clicks, and it clicks like nothing else I've ever been in before. And I hope you got all that.
Yeah, I got you that time. Sweet! All right, man. Well, I guess I'm about out of questions for you guys. Is there anything else you want to add to let the people out there know?
if you're a fan of old school death metal, you're going to like us. You're going to love us. I mean, if you're into thrash, you're into any kind of metal. I mean, we got elements of everything in this thing, in this album that we're writing right now. And, you know, I just say I think you're really going to dig it. I think you're going to like it. In fact, I think you're going to love it.
I buy the single and the track.
So, iTunes, Amazon.com, Vorzug, I Am in Hell is a single. Anybody wants to go on there and support us and help us out, that would be great. It'll help us get to your city sooner. And we hope to be seeing everybody in 2015.
And I'd like to also just sort of go back into that real quick. We are, like I said, we are going to be doing some touring, so we'll definitely get out there. Sort of what you know, Rock was saying. You know, we've got him, we've got Dan, we've got Ivan. The three of them have worked together for years and years. We've worked together now for, you know, like I said, since back in 2009. So, you know, we're coming up on 6 years together. You know, there's a lot of history with us. We're a unit that's, you know, we all know what we're doing together. And I think that in terms of songwriting quality, it's really just stepped up our game overall.
I just love metal. I'm not going to stop writing it. And we're writing this album. It's we're going to go and record it and put another one out. And I think this one, you know, everybody's really going to love this album. I mean, we're putting a lot into it, and this one's coming straight from the heart. This isn't trying to be somebody or be somebody we like, or this is just straight up an entity. I mean, it's just coming straight out from the soul, you know, that we're writing here. And we're just going to go in and track it, and we're going to release it in January 2015. And hope everybody listening will climb on board and team up with Vorzug and Metal Forever, man.
Right on, man. Well, we're going to play the fucking shit out of this tune, and then when you guys come out with more music, just send it over to us, man, and we'll start playing it.
Definitely appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No problem, dude. Before I let you guys go, I got to get you to make a station tag, cool?
Yeah.
All right, man. You can either do it all at once together, or you can go individually. Just say something like your name and you're from Vorzug and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
My name's Daniel Beck. I'm the drummer for the band Vorzug, and I listen to Metal Devastation Radio exclusively.
This is Anthony Hoyes from Vorzug. You are listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
I'm Rock Relane from Vorzug, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, man. Awesome.
You're welcome.
I've got one more for you, just for shits and giggles.
Go for it.
I'm Anthony Hoyes from Vorzug. Our bass player, Rock Relane, is gay, and you are listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Oh, wait, I have one.
And he's from Buffalo.
You know?
Hey, I'm Rock Relane from Vorzug, and my drummer and singer, the ambiguously gay duo, jack off to Metal Devastation Radio. On it.
Right on, man.
For having us, man.
Hey, no problem, dude.